I think in the end, space will continue to be regulated essentially on a UN basis. Now, of course, the UN, in theory, is based on the fact that every country is equal. The reality, of course, is different in terms of economic and military and technological development. But space is one of those areas that I think will continue to be regulated through an umbrella organisation monitored by the United Nations. Of course, however, different countries will have different spheres of influence in terms of the nuts and bolts of that regulation. And obviously the major spacefaring nations will have the greatest amount to say. But we should note that increasingly now there are more and more countries that have space capability. When the Outer Space Treaty was promulgated in 1967, there were only two players in town, the United States and the Soviet Union. Now it's estimated that to various degrees there are about 40 or 50 countries of the world that have space capability. Obviously, the United States and China and Russia and India and Brazil and those countries have the greatest capability, but many other countries also have space capability. And so there are a larger number of stakeholders in the whole process of space, with varying degrees of influence and power, I recognise, but still, it's an area that must really be managed on a global basis with an international community, and the most appropriate body, at least for present purposes, is through the auspices of the UN. There may emerge another body in the future, but there are already specialised agencies within the United Nations that help with this regulation.